Hello everyone, it's your girl Alana here, and I thought I should show you a New Year's Eve look. So if you want to see how I got this look right here, let's get started. So first off, primer, and I'm using Sephora's Smoothing Primer. And for foundation, it is Makeup Forever HD Stick in 160 R410. And this is my everyday foundation, or every day I'm wearing makeup. I like its coverage and, really good looking foundation for taking pictures and appearing on camera. And just gonna blend that in with a damp beauty blender. So the next thing I'm gonna do is start on my eyebrows, and the only product for my brows I'm using today is the MAC Brow Gel in Deep Dark Brunette. And I definitely have to give my brows a bigger shape than they are, and kind of in the front try to make hair-like strokes, but now I'm just carving out a nice brow shape with this angled brush, and the brush is from Makeup Forever. Then I use the spoolie end to try to make some of that excess gel work its way in and look good in the front. So the next step in my brow routine would be to put some concealer underneath the brow I created and on top. And the concealer I use is the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the color NW25. So here I'm just putting some concealer on top to define the brow shape even more. And I really like to make my brows look really flawless and clean. I just think it helps the overall look. And well-defined brows are so, that's definitely something I picked up from living in the Middle East. It's definitely a brow kind of region. Yeah, gotta get those brows absolutely perfect. So now I'm going to prime my lid with my MAC Paintpot in Painterly. Seems everyone uses Painterly or Soft Ochre as a great lid primer. So I'm just going to pack that on with a flat brush. Then I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty palette, and I'm going to start adding color to the eyes. And over the Painterly, I'm going to use the color Bay, which is pretty much just a powder version of the color I already have on my lids, but the powder will help the other shadows blend as I put them on. And for my transition color, I'm going to use from the same palette the color Sandalwood. And I'm just applying that with a nice fluffy brush that isn't an expensive brush. It's one from Bare Essentials, actually. So I'm just going in with a light green right now, and this isn't any particular brand. I mean, it has a brand, but just nothing famous. Something I've had for years that I don't use, and I'm a person who is going to use up everything I have before I buy any new makeup, so I would have to have that green all the way down to the pot before I'd buy a green from a brand you've heard of. But yeah, so I'm just blending that light green as much as possible, just trying to make it look nice. And here's that silly palette. So a darker forest type green on a flat type brush is what's going next. So I'm just deepening that crease color with a slightly darker green, working that in, and then I will come back and blend it with a fluffier brush. And now I'm going to put on the eyelid this chubby teal stick from Iman Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna pack that on to the lid and blend it out. And now the fun part. Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in Amp. I'm going to put that all over the lid, and then I'll feel like a disco ball. Then it feels like New Year's Eve. So I'm just lightly packing that onto the lid. And I will say these glitter liners, they work decently well if you're trying to do a glitter eyelid look, but I mean, if you really need to go for it, then obviously you have to get a glitter adhesive and the glitter that comes in a pot, which I will invest in at some point, but right now I'll stick to this Urban Decay product. Okay, eyeliner time. And to be honest, I probably should have done this first and then the glitter, so I'm gonna have to reapply the glitter. But yeah, I'm using MAC Fluidline and just using the same angled brush that I used to carve out my eyebrows. And when I do my wing liner, I like to start on the eyelid first and get that done before I wing it out. And in the event that my wing is not perfect, I often have to use concealer to help sharpen that wing edge and then blend it out. Isn't it nice that concealer can work like a little eraser? And some people like to just use a brush dipped in makeup remover or a makeup remover wipe. But yeah, concealer works fine. And speaking of concealer, this is the Nars Creamy Concealer in Light 2 Vanilla, and I'm using this to highlight, and this is my first time using this product. I just bought it because obviously it's getting a lot of buzz, and a lot of beauty gurus on YouTube are big fans of this product, so of course they sucked me in. But before this Nars concealer, I was a fan of the MAC Prep and Prime in Light Boost, and that was fine too. So we'll see how I'm working with the Nars. Now, while it does look very light, it actually works pretty well. So just blending that out with the same damp beauty blender from my foundation application. And I'm gonna set the highlight with my Ben Nye banana powder. which I use to set my highlight because I still have that product. I see a lot of people like this Sacha Buttercup, a lot of people like the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but yeah, until I run out of this, I will be using this. Right, now just warming up my complexion with the Give Me Sun from the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish range. And just a little contour down the nose. All over face powder is the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish in medium dark. And when I run out of this product, I don't know if I'll replace it with the same one or maybe try a different all over powder. Is there one you would suggest? If so, please tell me in the comments below. Now it's time for lashes, and my lashes of choice today are Huda Beauty in Lana. And I think I was drawn to the lashes in Lana because my name is Alona, so it sounds like my name. Not to mention the lash is very pretty and very dramatic. And now I'm just going to go back into that light green from that palette of No Name and just do the bottom lash line. And using a Maybelline Colossal Kajal, I think that is, I will line my waterline. Little mascara on the bottom lashes, and we're about done. Just last step, the lip gloss, and it's Bobbi Brown in Nougat. And we are done. So here's the finished New Year's Eve look. What do you think? Let me know if you like it in the comments below. And please give this video a thumbs up if I nailed it. And subscribe to my channel for more of my adventures. Till next time, bye.